You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Miscast Commentary, Coming Attractions episode. I'm Joe Findley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we are back with you for another Coming Attractions episode. Lots to talk about, not a ton of time today. We're going to do this a little bit more rapid fire. I say that we'll probably talk for an hour per subject. But
we're going to do like what Netflix is trying to do. We're just going to fast forward this.
Yeah, and
fast forward this
you know
thing.
what, we were just talking about that right before we got going, and what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's super lame. But I mean, like, if somebody wants to fast forward it, just fast forward it yourself. You can go frame by frame, can't you?
You can go frame by frame, but it won't play
Or
audio.
whatever.
Like, this is the point. It's going to do like
sakes.
hey, welcome to the thing. Like,
That's the best way to watch movies.
I know.
Oh my, I'm constantly yelling at the guy at the theater, fast forward it! I gotta sneak into 3 more movies, for fuck's sakes.
Luke, I'm your father. No! So yeah, lots of good stuff there. Big deal. We are less than a week away from the launch of Disney Plus in the U.S. and
Comedy,
Canada.
I had no idea.
And with it, The Mandalorian will be launching.
That's at start.
That's on launch.
The Mandalorian.
And super looking forward to that. The most recent trailer came out. It looks so
It does look
badass.
wicked. It does.
And a little bit of news, actually, Ming-Na Wen, who had played Mulan, who was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all this other good stuff.
She's a beautiful woman.
She is a beautiful woman, is going to be one of the characters in The Mandalorian. They
She's
just
the
announced it. Yeah.
She's like at the end of Metroid where she just takes her helmet off. You're like, it's a chick.
Oh my God.
We're going to find out Boba Fett's a woman.
Yeah. No, but I'm really, really excited about that. No, it's not Boba Fett. The show's not about Boba Fett. But
Obviously, it's about Ming-Na Wang.
it's about Ming-Na Wang. She'll be thrilled that we added that. But I'm really looking forward to that. I'm actually off on the day it launches. I feel sorry for my employers for the following weeks after that when I'm not coming in because I'm just binging like the Jeff Goldblum experience and all these other things. Or Life According
How
to
much
Jeff
is it even? $7.88 or something?
It's in the US.
$7.77?
In the US, it's $6.99 a month. Here, it's something closer to that. But then it's a cool thing where if you pay for the year, you essentially get 2 months for free.
They should have just not lied to us, and they should have just made it $6.66 because Disney is the devil.
They're the devil.
Take all my fucking money.
Yeah.
They've got like a monopoly.
Yeah.
Fucking movies out of theaters. It's gonna be an all Disney World soon, man. Come on, Warner Brothers. Don't let me down here, baby.
They won't because actually bringing that back, talking about Batman, we've got a bunch of casting rumors and all that. Andy Serkis is currently in talks to play Alfred.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and it got me thinking. I was like, I think he'd be a good Alfred.
I think he'd be good at anything.
That's true. But then it started getting me thinking about the Alfreds. Do you have a favorite Alfred?
Yeah, Tim Burton's.
You like Tim Burton's Alfred?
Yep.
I would tend to agree with you, generally speaking. But then it's like when the new idea of Alfred, which I think existed in the comics and all this other stuff, where he was kind of like this other... Like he was brought in as kind of like a protector of Bruce and he had like this military background and all that. And I know, notwithstanding how much you didn't care for these films, but I really liked...
Jeremy Irons?
No. Why am I losing his name? Michael Caine as Alfred. I thought he was really good. He was a perfect mix of nurturing, but still like you buy it when he says,
Right.
yeah, I was in West Africa doing like these missions and blah, blah, blah. And when he comes in to like save him from the fire, like the other Alfred can't do that.
Batman's supposed to save himself.
Dying of a fire, sir. But I
Have
like
a Diet Coke, sir.
But I like both Alfreds. But there's just something so removed from that Alfred. Like the most emotional Alfred got was in Batman and Robin. Like
He's got the stiff British upper lip.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. There was just something to it.
Don't you remember in the beginning of when you got the VHS of Batman and it had a Diet Coke commercial starring Alfred?
Oh God,
That's it
yes,
right there,
I do
buddy.
remember that.
And the Batmobile was in it.
And he is an iconic. Like when I do picture Alfred, like he's the first face I picture. But
I also like the original Alfred from Batman. The zop, zow, pow. That Alfred I like a lot.
Oh, right on. But he is, and I mean, I think there's just like 2 different versions of Alfred because it's like the Batman animated series too also had that more proper.
It's the best Batman of all, though.
In
my opinion.
He's very good. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I think Michael Caine's
Well,
is
he's
the one
Caine,
that,
though.
but he also, I think he bridges both ideas so well that because like Jeremy Irons, I don't buy that he's ever cared about somebody's death ever.
I agree. I agree.
Like if Bruce Wayne died as a child in front of him, he'd be like, "What a shame," and then just move on. And
Looks
then,
like I get to live in the mansion alone, like I've
Yes.
always wanted.
Yes, it's time to start the orgies.
I'm gonna run down the stairwells naked over and over again.
My impression, and now it's not even close to the one I'm thinking about, but it's a lot closer to Alan Rickman than it is to Jeremy Irons.
Yes, it does. So is mine, actually. I don't know how to do them. We just said Die Hard 3. I can't do them.
Jeremy's Iron.
There's the ball. Perhaps you'd like to bounce it.
But more, well done. But what's more about the Batman with Robert Pattinson?
I'm very interested. I heard that they were thinking about Jonah Hill as the Penguin.
Actually,
but
Penguin
now he
news.
kind of
No, he's out. Then they started talking to Josh Gad about the Penguin.
Just put Jason Alexander in
and
there
now
like he
he's
wants.
out. They're currently talking to Colin Farrell to play the Penguin.
Really. He'd do a great job. He's a good
think-
actor.
I think he would. He's that
He'd
kind.
have to wear a fat suit and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Well, it depends on what they do. They might just make him amorphic, where he's like kind of fat, kind of not fat, kind of just,
Well, he
deformed.
might be different. He might be a good-looking kind of.
Oh,
I'd be really interested to see what I'm very interested in this Robert Pattinson Batman take all together.
Yeah,
whole
it's
thing sounds. I'm like, oh, it's like intrigued me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like the casting.
Well,
the news,
because
I'm like, right on.
it doesn't sound like it's trying to rehash anything for
Yeah.
some reason, even though it's obviously bringing in
Well,
characters and stuff like that. But that's
I hope they don't have
that is
too
the way
many.
of comics.
I don't want too many because I've already heard Catwoman, Edward Nygma.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, man, there's gonna be a lot.
Catwoman
of
is in it.
And Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe
or something, isn't it?
Kravitz. She'll be a good Catwoman, I
Oh,
think.
yeah, as long as she looks good in the cat suit. Yeah,
Yeah, she will. But
I think she will too.
so dipping back out of Warner, I just gave you a little taste of Warner Brothers, and we're going right back into fucking Disney.
Of course.
Well, because there's rumors that Chris Evans is going to make an appearance or so in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. And there started to be comments about it from the Captain America writers. And he said, and they were basically saying that it would wreck the story that they made ending Endgame and stuff like that, like his storyline. I'm like, that depends on what they do.
Wreck it.
But it also depends on what they do, because it also
What if he's back in time? Captain America suddenly comes back forward in time.
there's versions of that they can write in. There's also versions
Could be
of
flashbacks.
that's I was gonna say it's very likely going to be
Yeah.
flashbacks.
I wonder what Cap would have been doing right now if he was alive.
Or they could go, I wonder what he's doing right now, and it just keeps going to that same footage of the end of Endgame where he's dancing. It's like, but you find out that that's literally all he gets with it. He's like, we're just having this dance, and they just do that until you
Till
see him as an
eternity.
old man
Yes.
in Endgame.
Yeah, they just
He's like,
danced for eternity.
she died. I did that whole last dance with Mary Jane
That's
thing
exactly
while she
what
was
I was
dead.
just thinking when you said that. That's amazing.
That's great.
He
So,
means
yeah.
with heroin. I think that was a heroin tune.
Yeah, and then there are rumors. Well,
Kim Basinger is my heroine.
that would be great. But there are also rumors that like Ant-Man 3 is definitely happening. They are going forward
Yep.
with it.
Peyton Reed is back.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's exciting. And there are rumors that it might introduce the Fantastic Four.
Fucking A.
So, and then that starts leading again to the fan theories and the guesses and the hopes for who will be in Fantastic
It's
Four.
clobbering time.
Yeah. So that means Todd's playing the thing.
Yep.
So-
Just right now.
No makeup required.
Rumor mill.
Yeah, no makeup required. He's got rough skin.
You got that right.
But
Shark skin.
But I'm still so on board with this theory. Like, they're not in talks for it. There's been nothing about it, but I bet you they'd do it if asked. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt
Oh, as the
as
two.
as Mr. Fantastic. And
Emily Blunt. I think we could do better for Mrs. Fantastic. She's a great actress, though. I like her.
she's good. I like, yeah, but I love John Krasinski as.
He's the only one. I mean, come on
Yeah.
now, right?
I would have said younger John Krasinski might have been Human Torch. But this
Right.
older one is just, I think, is
Oh
just.
yeah, he's got.
right.
He's good. Totally going to be. He's like the motherfucker, right? It's just
Yeah.
that right guy.
Yeah.
Like Chris Pratt, when he was like, oh my God, now I'm hiring the fat guy from Community. He's like, way to go. Here he is. Here's our fucking Star-Lord.
For sure, man. For sure.
Are they filming Suicide Squad 2 right now? Or is that...
I honestly don't know.
Oh my God, because they're going to send it to your phone. You're like, yeah, did they get that message?
No, my wife's texting me.
You're like, did they get something from Gunn today? Man, I didn't.
James, you know what? I do that thing like, where you're like, I'm going to meet you at the top of the Empire State Building holding a single rose. I do that, but I just, that's me just checking my texts for any of the Guns, James or Sean, whoever wants to get involved.
Shoot out to ya.
Or Billy or Bart Gunn, the smoking guns from
the
back
smoking
in the day.
guns.
And
Nicely
I
done.
don't want badass Billy Gunn, the wrestler. I want him as blonde mustache, long mullet hair.
When
with
they were the
cowboy
Cowboys.
hat. Yeah. And
or when he fought Butterbean, the other one,
Bart Gunn. Yeah, they did that whole what was it called? It wasn't Tough Enough. Yeah, it was. I was trying to think because I was like, was Tough Enough the name of the reality show?
I think Tough Enough was the reality show, but then there was like the get in the ring
but
and
there was
fight
the other
out.
one. Yeah, and they were all like fighting, and they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be cool." It instantly ruined the career of Dr. Death Steve Williams.
Oh
it's
my
like,
God!
His first appearance was like, "Oh, like this
guy's the toughest guy ever,"
and then he gets knocked out in 5 seconds.
I don't know why they would have put him into a situation like that for that to happen. Like,
especially when you're introducing somebody. Like if you want, you do that with guys who don't really have a spot right now, like like your Bob Hollies and stuff like that. You let them, you build them up. You don't take guys who you want to be built up.
I know, like
it's
just how to get them knocked. It's not like seeing like a big ripped, shredded wrestler get the shit kicked out of him by big fat Butterbean.
Oh my God, that's
like,
funny.
What the fuck?
That was funny. That's what you get for wearing jeans to the ring, asshole.
I know. I never got that. A lot of dudes still wrestle in jeans. I'm like, what are you doing?
I see the same thing. Even like American Ninja Warrior, some people run it in jeans. I'm like, I can't. Well, now, granted,
over yourself.
I can't do a pull up. Well, no matter what I'm wearing, so I can't begin to comment. But I just you would figure you want the most free range of motion you could possibly get when you're flipping.
It's
and
very
flopping
restricting.
around. I agree.
There's a war happening right now. NXT versus AEW.
I'm wearing full lycra spandex right now.
Ooh, I'm wearing skirts. I love them.
Yeah, so what is this NXT versus AEW?
AEW is a company that was born out of like they hate Vince McMahon.
Yes,
it's like Cody Rhodes and a bunch of these dudes from Japan.
Yeah,
and like a bunch of WWE rejects. Mm-hmm. And they are going head to head with WWE's NXT, which is the best fucking wrestling going. I don't give a shit who says anything. Yeah. There's no way 50-year-old Jericho in a headline against Cody Rhodes is going to be better than like Daniel Bryan versus Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Like,
I've heard
NXT
nothing but good things
is
about
amazing.
NXT.
And Vince McMahon, they were stuck in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Because Vince pulled the feed. They didn't pay him all his money. They're in the middle of Saudi Arabia. And so he's like, you guys owe me money still. And they're like, oh, blah, blah. And so he just pulled the plug. He fucking pulled the plug on it right in the middle of it. So we got to see it still, but the rest of the audience live got to see it. But then their planes weren't leaving. They were essentially being held hostage, which is what they're not saying. And Vince McMahon is in super shit with his wrestlers because he left them there. He left on his private jet. They were supposed to be taken care of. They weren't. Yeah. And then he yelled at everybody who didn't charter their own private jet to come back themselves. Well, which is like, are you joking me? Yeah. You're supposed to be paying for that fucking thing.
Yeah. I also heard there's a big deal, too, with some wrestler of African-American descent.
They made Jordan Miles. They made a shirt that was like the most racist thing you've ever seen.
It's like black with just the red lips.
It's essentially just like blackface lips with his name.
And I saw that and I was like, oh my God. And I loved that he was willing to speak out against it while under to be under contract and it's like, but like what you risk, so like what you can potentially risk by going, hey, fuck you guys,
because they said that he had approved the shirt because he is always very smiley. So the shirt actually made sense because he's always got this big smile on his face, but the way they pulled the shirt, I was like, oh my God.
Well, and I started trying to think about what the alternative could be, because every now and again I see something like that. They did that on like some Macy's shirt or some one of those fucking companies did a shirt where it was the same thing. It was like a turtleneck thing where you could pull it up to cover your face and it was the lips, and it did the exact same thing, and people were like, oh, shit.
Like freaking out.
And I think, like, as racist as the image definitely is, I don't think enough people are actually thinking about it. Like, I don't think it came from a racist place.
It's just supposed to be lips on a shirt, for God's sake.
Yeah, and they're just like, that'll be cool. And then everybody's like, whoa, do you not fucking
And we never even thought of that, probably, right? As they made the shirt, they're like, oh, geez, I just put lips on the thing, on the neck. I don't fucking know. Like,
but fucking make it a white shirt then.
Or something, And the best thing, too, is that they couldn't make it back to SmackDown.
Yeah.
So Triple H, who runs NXT, ran SmackDown, and it was like the best SmackDown in like 10 fucking years.
I heard good things actually about that. It's all just really, it's really interesting because you can obviously see the On Your Way Out thing. Actually, it was funny. I've been I watched a bunch of repeats of Last Week Tonight, which is kind of a silly thing to watch repeats of. But one of the things they covered,
reliving the past.
No, exactly. No, but they I like their in-depth pieces. It was something we were talking about before, and then you ran away to poop. But but then we like, it was one of the things they talk about is they'll talk about something that just sounds so goddamn uninteresting. And then they're like, we're going to do 20 minutes on it. And you're like, really? And then by the end of it, you're like, oh my God, why isn't everybody talking about this? And it's every time. Like literally the episode I was just watching before I met up with Todd was about the China's one-child rule and why it like kind of fucked them over and why they're getting rid of the one-child rule now. And it's like there are towns in China now where the male-female ratio is like 2-to-1 male to female.
Right.
So it's like now you have all these guys who just have to die alone because there aren't enough women.
Because there aren't, oh God.
Right? Like
I was going to die alone anyways, but it's sad when somebody had a chance and then don't get that chance.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they're going to make a new rule now where you can only be married for 2 years and you can't marry the same person back to back. You see, you kind of have to get around.
What the frig? Oh, so you got to share your wife. Now the new rule.
Yeah.
Share your wife rule. What?
The libtard cuck rule.
I love that rule.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, so like so much more to talk about though today. We promised we wouldn't get off on these tangents.
Halloween happened when I was on the boat.
Halloween did happen. Did you do anything for Halloween?
No, I did not.
Okay, so there are no
Tales from the Sea. That was about it. Hear that seagull? He was there.
Yeah, very good.
He's a good guy.
It's fine. I took the kids trick-or-treating. It was actually quite rainy here. I don't know how much you know about it. They actually canceled Halloween in Montreal.
And that's a thing?
Well, and people, they basically
cancel Halloween.
Well, basically what they were saying was they were the storms that were coming in were so bad. Like we had a very bad rainstorm here, and they got triple the amount of rain. Like it was just shy of like hurricane or like tropical storm level rains. There were floods everywhere. There was tons of damage. There was this footage of like this the canopy for a gas station got blown over by the wind.
Nice.
Like it was a lot of stuff.
There's a shot of one kid in a raging river.
Yeah. And
he's like holding his candy bag up. I regret nothing.
Fun size slippers. But
the best is when you get a full size chocolate bar or a can of pop.
Yeah. My daughter and son got one full size chocolate bar. It was a coffee crisp.
Did they get a full can of pop?
They didn't get it.
Imagine a 2-liter, boom, bag's destroyed. Here's a 2-liter of Coke.
Get it here. No, of Faygo. Whoop, whoop.
I found out, oh my God, 34 liters of orange pop. It's got the Insane Clown Posse on the front.
Yes.
They're like the new spokespeople for Faygo.
Their CDs are caps. or the cap. You just unscrew the cap and throw it in a machine.
The fucking Posse. Give us a shout, Posse. What the fuck, yo?
Yeah, we'll have a tag team match.
Jerky Two-Tone and Shaggy G. What the fuck is his name?
Shaggy Two Dope. I hate that I know that.
Shaggy Two Dope. What's the other guy's name? Rapo the Clown or something? What's he called?
That sounds right enough. I'm in a happy mood today.
So
you're pointing at the camera. It's not on.
Fuck it. If I don't care, I'm gonna point somewhere.
We're daytime recording, and where we sit and all that, it's too bright, and we can't really flip it all around and shit. So it's a hard thing.
I got 2 new games for the Switch.
What'd you get?
Astral Chain.
Okay.
Off the fucking chain.
Ooh, off the Astral Chain.
Awesome, good. The game is so killer. Yeah. It is such a killer game.
Good.
It's like the highest rated game of the year, pretty much.
Nice.
Nobody even has heard of it.
Okay.
It's killer.
I'll just
by the people that made Bayonetta, so pick it up.
Bring it
and
to
I
my
also
house
got
and give it to me.
Luigi's Mansion 3, which is awesome.
Is it?
Totally awesome.
Very good.
I'm just in the basement right now, fucking around. But
I was actually considering buying the Switch Lite so that we had 2 in the house, but then I forgot.
It's selling like hotcakes.
I know, but I forgot that you had to have 2 of the games to like play like.
Oh right, yes.
So
I worry about the Joy-Cons being attached to the machine too. That's what bothers that worries me.
Mm-hmm.
because that's probably going to shit the bed too.
Yeah,
but they're almost at 40 million sold now.
Wow, that's crazy.
They're going to be up there, man. They're coming for PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation was out for 7 years. It sold 100 million.
Yeah.
This has been, I think this is the second year.
Yeah.
Second, 2.5 maybe.
They always end up when the numbers are finally finished from like the beginning to the end of the run of a thing. Nintendo always ends up winning.
Cycle. No way, not the Wii U. The Wii U only sold 13 million.
Oh, the Wii U was different, yeah. But the Wii did it. Even GameCube sold a ton.
Yeah, GameCube. They just passed GameCube. GameCube was like 28 million or something.
Yeah, and so it's like because it was the Wii was the same thing. It was like nobody's even thinking about it, but everybody's buying it.
Yes.
And
what a shit system, actually. When you go back and look at it, man, they had a couple good games. The rest was just like shovel. They call it shovelware.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think they've done it really right with the Switch, though. And,
you damn right. Anytime I hear anybody poo-poo the Switch, I'm like, you don't have it. Like, you don't have it.
Yeah.
Like, if you got it, there's so many games. It's so wicked.
I thought you were talking about somebody pooping with the Switch. I'm like, that
oh, that's
sounds
a
like
new,
something
that's
everybody
a new game.
does.
Yeah.
Poop with the Switch.
You poop on your Switch, and it tells you if you're missing anything, like iron. You're low on iron, and then you have to buy a new one.
If you told somebody
shit on it.
if you told somebody if they shit on their Switch that it would like do that stuff, you would see videos of people shitting on
absolutely.
their Switch.
It's like your Fitbit.
Yes.
Like pee on your Fitbit and it'll give you your levels.
It's a shit spit now. And
Shit spit.
So you can get a DNA
poop
test.
on it, and then like a Polaroid, like a receipt comes out telling
Yeah.
you like when you're gonna die.
Oh my God. I'm trying so hard to find something that will transition us back to our list of things to talk about, and I'm having such a difficult time. We're just gonna jump in. Elijah Wood has been, I guess he's been saying in interviews and stuff, he's really trying to remake A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh.
I think that there is merit now because we had that really weird point in kind of the early 2000s where they were trying to remake these things and they had this weird style. Like I
didn't like what Freddy looked like.
I didn't like what they did with Freddy, but like they did like Nightmare on Friday the 13th around the same time, and it just seems
awful.
It had that kind of more. It was like more of like, oh, it's gonna be like Cabin in the Woods. It was like it has to be about the guy. It has to be about Jason. It has to be about Freddy. And
it was all head kills.
Yeah.
It was always like a machete to the head. It was like, chop his head off, chop his arm off.
Do some stuff.
Rip him in half.
And I think that...
Use a boat motor.
Elijah Wood, knowing, like, because he's did Cooties.
He's
and
a big
like
horror
that.
movie fan.
He's a huge horror movie fan, but he also likes to have fun with them. So I think that he's the perfect guy to re-usher in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, because I think that he will let it not be too campy per se,
like
but
New
not
Nightmare,
but not be too serious either. Right? Like
I'd like a serious Freddy again.
Well, but I think that was a big problem with the last one. It was
like
too
New Nightmare.
Serious. No, not New Nightmare.
Oh, the one Jackie Hurl.
Yeah,
that movie just sucked.
Yeah, but like, and that's what I was saying. I was just, I felt like he was like, we're gonna make him scary again, and blah blah blah. But you can do both, I think, and it's just, somebody needs to know how to walk that line.
It's true. Well, because you know, Freddy, when he got to like 3, 4, he was just ridiculous. But if you watch it alone, it was still like, like when he comes out of the TV and stuff, I mean, it's still pretty creepy.
But if you ask me which two Nightmare on Elm Streets I've seen the most, it's 3, 4 by a lot.
Yes,
by like dozens and dozens of times.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Is that just a rumor?
Well, it's not happening yet. He's just saying he wants to. I think that there's going to be a lot of rights battles and things in play because he has his own production.
They got Robert Englund to come back and play him. That's the only Freddy, man. He's still going. He still looks great. Look at him in your picture.
Oh, he does.
He's fucking Freddy to the end, man.
Yeah.
Don't get some new guy. Get fucking Freddy.
Yeah, well, because again, it's not like you need him.
It's going to be Tom Holland. Freddy. I saw a picture of him in the new the new one from the Russo brothers.
Oh, really?
He looks like some drug addict with a shaved head. He's got like a gun.
I'm Captain America. Russo brothers. I don't know. He likes voices. He likes doing.
Likes like what's his name? Like our favorite actor, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. But
what else happened? The Terminator was a bomb.
Terminator did not do well. I have not seen it yet.
It just looks like the same fucking thing.
Honestly,
like I'll see it because I love the Terminator movies and shit, but
I don't know. I don't know. And I know
just beating a dead horse.
It's trying to spoil shit for me right now. They're like, oh, you'll never believe what happened to this character. You'll never see what, and it's like, and then they're like, dark fate indeed. I'm like, fuck off. Just let me just let me
close enough.
Right.
Dark fate.
But so that did not go well. They've confirmed Into the Spiderverse 2. and they've confirmed their first new Spider-Man, who is actually Yamashiro Takuya, if I'm saying that right. He's a Japanese Spider-Man who was like a TV show in the 70s.
Oh.
So that's the first one. Somebody actually put on Twitter to Lord and Miller, and they said like, oh, I think it was specifically to Phil Lord, actually. Don't quote me, but they had a picture of him, and they're like, if there's one person you could squeeze into this one, it would be Japan's Spider-Man. And it's super fucking racist. It's the exact same costume, except like the eyes are like way thinner.
Like
and,
Asian eyes.
and
That's
like,
hilarious.
So I think they'll probably redo them a little bit, but
they made that themselves.
no,
what I'm
that's
saying?
not their design.
Oh, I thought like
That was the design from the original one, and he's got like
I
some
thought
like
you were saying
wrist
like they
thing
designed
on.
it themselves. So I was like, what's the problem then?
No. So he's saying if you could work somebody into it, that would be this person.
I
And
heard
then
they
he
were-
responded saying that the character's been designed.
Oh, no way. That's
So-
hilarious. I heard that they were thinking about getting Tobey Maguire and
I think it would be
Andrew
Garfield.
And Andrew Garfield.
I think it would be fucking
in
genius
it. Yeah.
if they did it. I think it would be amazing. You get all the different ones, and I think they do it to do a even if it's just like a cameo sized voice.
Whatever happened
role
to
or
Tobey
something like that.
Maguire?
He I don't know. He went to bed in that one place, and Michael Caine was like, "Good night, you princes of me," and then he just went to sleep. And
He's
then,
been asleep ever since.
and then he had
Well, Michael Caine talks you to bed like you don't wake
yeah.
up.
Then he had gay sex with Robert Downey Jr. in that trailer before Tropic Thunder.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
Which was
that, like,
really
that,
fucking funny.
Yeah.
I think it's the funniest thing Tobey Maguire ever did, other
Oh
than
yeah, that was
Spider-Man
such a
3.
great. I forgot to watch that movie again. That movie kicks fucking
It
ass.
is. It's a really good movie.
It's on Netflix now. Hey, what's it called? It's on Netflix now. The Dolomite movie.
Yes, I didn't know that was going to Netflix. So every now and again, I get surprised like that. I think it's coming to theaters, and then all of
I
a sudden
haven't.
it's like, nope, Netflix,
I
motherfucker.
didn't. I was flipping around Netflix and I didn't even see it. But it's
Yeah.
out there. Somebody
Yeah.
said that they saw it. They liked it. They said it was really funny.
It was on the front page of it when I opened it yesterday, and that's how I found
Yeah,
out.
that's weird. It wasn't for me. What the hell was there?
I don't know.
I was looking for it, and then I got stuck watching something else.
Yeah, I apologize.
I was thinking to put Downton back on there. I didn't finish it, and then they took it off.
With like the series? Or
Yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe the movie was up. I
Fuck,
don't-
man.
Sorry,
I was just starting to like Thomas, and then they took the show off.
Thomas.
Oh, and here's another rumor for the rumor mill.
What?
Todd might be gay.
You, Todd?
Yeah.
All right.
Just spreading some
Oh,
rumors.
here, let
Just
me
getting the rumor mill going.
Let me give the pickle a tickle and see how it reacts. Yep.
It wiggled.
Totally gay. I would say you're at the very least
that out
past the
there.
buy mark.
Yep.
So that's all that stuff. An interesting theory. I've heard this before, but I guess John Bernthal, the Punisher, and Shane in Walking Dead.
Oh, sorry, my eyeballs almost roll back into my head when I hear like John Bernthal. Oh my god! Like,
But anyways, he did an interview, and he was talking about how it sucks that like award shows like the Oscars and stuff don't have a category for stuntmen.
yeah, I think that's a shame too. There should be, man. There's some good shit going on. Well, now it's all CG stuff.
No, that's not necessarily true though. There's still lots of big stunts out there, and there's lots of like.
I still gotta see Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, I'm
one's got
looking
some
for. That's
stunts.
coming out this week. Actually, I'm looking forward
On
to that.
DVD, VHS,
Yeah, it's on. It's
Blu-ray?
on video on demand right now, I believe.
VOD,
Yeah, all the things. I think.
VOD, me baby.
I think you can Redbox and Laserdisc of it. Is that too
The
old?
Redbox,
Is that too
eh?
old a sentence for everybody?
Fucking imagine renting a Laserdisc
Yeah.
at the movies. Like, what the
God.
fuck at the
My
video
arm
store?
span. See, the reason I never went Laserdisc is my arm span isn't long and like wide enough to pick up a Laserdisc.
Oh my god, you gotta be like you have to have the arm span of like an albatross.
Yeah, it's
Like Jesus Christ, you
have
gotta
to-
get your family holding hands
Yeah.
all across the world to fucking put the thing.
you have
in.
to rent a cube van and put it in on an angle and then like
Yeah.
pat it so it doesn't snap.
Though, how big was the player? Like if the disc is that big,
it
like,
was-
Jesus, because you got to bring a forklift in and keep it on the floor.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was like the bottom of the Queen Mary 2 was the only Laserdisc player.
And Danny DeVito owned it.
Yes.
I remember seeing an interview with him years ago where he was like, "I love this thing. It's Laserdisc.
Yeah.
It's like the new hotness."
Well, it's what I mean. At one point, everybody thought that was the thing. Remember, I think I've only seen one movie on Laserdisc, and it was Alive, and we watched it together.
we did?
Yeah, we were at our friend Evan's house, And we went there, and there was a Laserdisc player there, and he brought out the Laserdisc, like what, you know, like dogs on a sled brought one out, and he put it on. And then I remember halfway through this not even 2-hour movie, you had to flip it. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? It was one thing to have a 2 VHS movie for a 3.5-hour movie.
Well, exactly.
But
like an intermission.
Yeah. Well, I hate fucking intermissions. Don't make me stop. Like,
just you want to go straight through?
Yeah.
Nah, I could go some of those like Sound of Music. There's a break there. There's there's.
But
like
here's the thing: they used to do that all the time, and I fucking hated it.
Or like
when we had the movie channels at work, they used to put them in with the intermissions still in, and a few of them had those like not the prologue. What's the
go to the lobby?
Yeah, the overture.
Yeah.
And they would have that at the beginning of it still, and it would just be a still image and 10 minutes of music. And so I would contact them. I'm like, I don't think this is what you want to play on television. And they were like, well, it's the file we got. And I'm like, but I feel like you're in control of whether or not that's there.
I guess so,
and
right?
like, because you have editors where
Boss told us to play it 3 times over.
And they ended up taking them out because, like, holy fuck.
That would make sense.
Here's my thought.
Because you yourself could just pause it now and just...
If I'm watching something on the home video and I need a break, I'll take one.
Yeah, exactly.
If I don't, I'll continue to eat my popcorn.
Like when they were talking about putting the intermission in Endgame, I'm with you, man. I'm like, let's just go straight through.
Yeah. It's the
like,
last
fucking thing's already long enough.
It's the last thing I want is like people, because then you know what's going to happen halfway through, like just as everything's kind of getting rolling with the battles and all that shit, everybody's going to be just walking back in and go, shh, where's my fucking seat?
Yeah, talking, crinkling rappers because they just got something new. And
yo, Jenny, where you at? Jenny, you know? And that was me looking for my side piece, Jenny.
Yeah, his side piece.
I have to.
I'm Jenny. Remember when I told you that I might be gay?
Yeah. Nope, no might about it.
I'm not gay. Jenny is.
Jenny's super gay.
Like,
way into the
so
butt stuff.
Gay.
Yeah. So I mean, there's lots of little things we had to talk about today, but the one last thing we have to talk about today, what movie are we doing next week?
Oh yeah, I don't know. We've been talking for too long.
I know, and it's a movie we actually recorded quite some time ago too. It was like in the summer we recorded it, I think.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was an actor's first foray into American film. A very popular actor. Jackie Chan joins us, comes to America, and makes Rumble in the motherfucking Bronx. Let us take a listen to the trailer.
That's not the actual title.
To millions of fans around the world, he's a living legend. If you've never seen him before,
it's him! Give me that gun!
You've never seen action.
We got hostages! They're in a hovercraft! Call out the Coast Guard!
New Line Cinema presents the action hero who does all his own stunts. Jackie Chan.
Are you okay?
Rumble in the Bronx.
All right.
That was a fucking preview, man. That music
That really
was wicked.
It's kind of deceptive though, because it in no way, shape, or form matches the tone that the movie.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It was like the movie's goofy and all this and this.
Yeah.
And you're like, look at this ass kicking, like that.
Yeah. And they go out of their way to make sure you don't know that these things are being dubbed. Oh, there's a dog going nuts now.
The dog's overdubbed.
Yeah, it's actually a cat.
Dialogue.
But yeah,
Love it.
So that is what we're doing next week. We are going to leave you with that information because we have lots to do and a little time to do it. Because it's not my dog.
Where my
It's
dog's
getting
at?
fucking, yeah, he's gonna turn into fucking Snoop Dogg any minute and play poker with us.
Cute.
Yeah,
I wish.
Yeah. So we leave you with that. As always, we thank you for listening. Join us on Facebook and Twitter at Miscast Podcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at Miscast Todd. Instagram at Miscast Commentary. I'm at JK Finley. Call us at 289-769-3288. Go to miscastcommentary.com. Reach out to us on there. I will tell you a little story. We did have our contest winner from the last mini episode, and we reached out to him, and he gave us the information, and yes, the t-shirt is on the way.
All right.
But of course, we just fall into this thing. The first person to finally reach out to get their prize, who didn't live in the city, lives in Ireland.
Oh my God, what, really?
Yes.
Sweet.
So.
Oh my God, that's going to be a little bit. The postage is $400. But
Yeah, it's.
Oh my God.
But we congrats to Chris. We're still Chris Watt. We're still happy for him.
They will not accept a package going into Ireland unless it has a bomb in it.
Oh, don't worry.
They're like, there's no bomb in here. Forget it. Send it back.
There's several.
Okay, good.
I didn't like the T-shirt he selected, so
Which one did he select?
I don't remember. It's already done.
Sakes. So Ireland, eh?
Yes.
I want to write a story about Ireland and send it to him. What's his name?
It's pronounced Ireland. Ireland.
Ireland.
Ireland.
Moira McTaggart.
Yes, exactly. His name's Chris.
Moira. Chris Watts?
Chris Watt.
I know a guy on Pee Wee Island named Chris Watts.
Well, it wasn't him because that's not Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there you go. So anyways,
I didn't know we were way across that pond.
So we will have another contest coming up for the holiday season. So we can get you guys I think we're going to give out a very specific shirt this time. I'll let him pick one off of our store. But I think the next one's going to be for a Happy Life Day shirt.
Sweet.
Because Life Day.
That guy didn't even pick one of our t-shirts. He's like, I really like this polo on, this Hudson Bay website. We're like, no, there's no fuck. It's got to be one of our shirts. He's like, I fucking forget it then.
I know.
Look at this cool leather jacket. Can you send me this? Like, no. What the fuck?
He's sending me stuff that's on the Wish app.
Yeah, like what the
He's
fuck
like,
is this?
I'm not sending you a goddamn cell phone / taser. I don't know how many times you have to ask for it. All right, so that is it for this week, guys. We bid you the fondest farewell. Tune in next week when we're chatting about Rumble in the Bronx. We're slowly but surely getting towards the holiday season, and we got some of those movies coming along with you.
Right
as well.
on.
So, and then we're counting down to the end of the year already. Like, holy shit.
I can't believe it. Where does the time fly?
I don't know. It just goes linearly.
I know,
guess.
like, holy God.
But
Suddenly your dick's hurting you, then it's not, and that's the end of the year.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much how it goes for every single guy. Yes. All right. Until next week, guys. We'll see you later.
Toodle-oo.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast media production.